back after losing the league late?
Super proud of the guys. I mean, it's game is about picking each other up. I thought that game exemplified that. You got to be pretty tough to do what we just did, and they picked their teammates up.
Coach, I was curious to know after the seventh inning when they came back and you go through three pitchers and Crotchfeld comes in, how do you stabilize the defense on the final two innings?
He came in and got that guy out in front of him and pitched ahead in the count. That's how he did it. I mean, he threw strike one, he was attacking, and he did the same thing in the ninth. And that's how you're supposed to go about it. Thought he did a good job of doing that.
How do you feel about Petty has strung together a lot of good performances for the last month, basically?
Yeah.
What'd you see
Yeah.
from him today?
I mean, I think he's really maturing into a nice Sunday starter. For a guy that didn't throw a lot in the fall and what he went through. Again, like he's throwing the ball in there, kind of what I said about Crotchfeld. I think he's throwing strike one a lot, and he's ahead in the count a lot. He's executing pitches, and a lot of guys in that dugout with good arms. And but you gotta try to get ahead in the count.
Coach, I was curious to know as well, what was the difference hitting-wise between the first game and the second game? You had 4 starters go hitless in the first game. Obviously, you guys put up 12 runs in the second game.
Well, so O'Connor, I'm glad you asked that. Man, you just tip your hat when a guy can pitch like that. There's two things that happen in that game. They go out and it's 2-0 early, which isn't anything like 7-0. When it's 7-0 and you're facing a guy that has 3-pitch mix, man, that's a tall order. But he was going to pitch good no matter what the score was. I think he did a really good job. He threw a lot of changeups, and changeup was really effective today. And the guy that can do that can be effective. And with the wind blowing out, man, the way it was today, and to come in and go 9 innings, I think you just say, man, that guy was better than us today.
In center field, what happened that y'all switched out?
Kyler wasn't feeling good. After the first inning, they came out and said he was not feeling good, so we just switched it. Thank goodness we did. I mean, maybe Kyler should start, doing pinch hitting and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad he did. It worked out really good.
Coach, you moved around your shortstop with Coleman, Ryan, Pompey, and Tracer Lopez. Obviously, Tracer had to play today. Do you feel comfortable having a rotation of guys at shortstop, or do you use your one player you want out there the most?
Well, I'd love to have Josh Young standing there. I mean, like Michael Davis, Orlando Garcia, Cal Conley, those guys that can hit in the middle of the order and really defend, that's what you're hunting. So if you can draw one of them up, we'd stick them out there. That'd be good.
Since you're talking about alumni, Hunter Dobbins, did you see Hunter Dobbins just got called up?
I think he's on ESPN. I think the game's about to be on. I've known Hunter. Hunter's dad pitched for me. Hunter's dad was one of my suite mates, I think, when I first started coaching. And so we'll go in there and watch it. The last 2 months ago, the guys were facing him out here. Pretty cool.
I can't remember, what was Mason Montgomery's velo when he was here?
He had moments where it was up to 7 or 8, not 100. He had moments. Most of the time, it was probably 90 to 96 most of the time. Early on when he got here, good question, probably 88, 92 when he got here. Hunter was the same way. Hunter when he got here was 86 to 90. He's throwing really hard now. So I do think there's a silver lining there for, I think we had one leave one time, said he wanted to throw harder. I think those guys developed pretty good. They threw harder. right? I mean, evidently, if you start out throwing 90 and you end up throwing 100, that's harder.
I'm going to current guys. What's Parker Terra status?
He's sore, so that's what I can say. I think
So he
not
he
available.
all week.
No. Man, I wish he was.
But it's not anything like structural or anything. It's just
It was enough to not have him on the roster.
What was all the discussion during the third inning after Logan hits the homer and then the play that I guess it's allowed to accept that?
He got a warning. He got a warning because he turned and looked at J Bob and made a gesture, and they thought he turned and looked at the dugout, which I could see how you could misinterpret that. So he got a warning. Thank goodness it was just a warning.
You said towards the end of last season that was your most frustrating season as coach, just with injuries. How does that stack up to this season, just how it's gone for the first few months?
Man, I'll be honest with you. We're not looking back. And so I think the more you talk about how bad something is, like you're mentioning, or you talk about, I think we're not looking back. We're going to go try to win a game on Tuesday. And these guys are capable. Is there a lot of margin for error? You saw the game Friday. And you can either win the game by playing good baseball or you lose the game by not. And so, to me, the simplest thing is you go try to play the pitch in front of you, throw a first pitch strike, make a play behind them, score some runs when you come in. But it's not the time to go there for me, even though I do, don't get me wrong, but we're gonna keep trying to teach. I mean, at the core of this thing, that's what you're doing. You're trying to teach the game and try to get guys to respect the game, play the game the right way. But I think the way you phrased it is what the game will do to you. And man, it's still a fun game to play if you go embrace that day, right? So that's what we're going to try to do.
You have a starter in mind for Tuesday.
I got one in mind. Yeah, I do.
Can you say?
Same guy we started last Tuesday, but we haven't decided.
No.
From Boudreaux in the first game, what did you see from him today?
Man, so he just really didn't have command of anything. And so if you don't have command of your fastball and you don't have command of your off speed, you better have command of one of them. If you don't have either one, it's going to be a long day when the wind's blowing out.
Can Perko work his way back into Saturday starting?
He could, absolutely he could. Jack could. Yeah, absolutely.
What was your reaction to Logan's play at the end?
Really glad he caught it. Really glad he caught it. I think most of the left fielders we've ever had catch it, and so I was glad he caught it. But in the moment, it was a big play. I mean, that kid gave us trouble the whole weekend. I mean, he hit one out there Friday that almost one-hopped the fence, and I was on that one. I went back home and was like, man, I wonder if I could have moved him over and could have caught it. And you look at all those things all the time. Great play though. Ball was probably hit 105. I don't ever look at that, but did you? He looks at it. It was hit hard. It was a great play. Full extension. Anytime you dive and catch a ball full extension, it's a good play.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Actually was today, but I guess it was playing all right. I was landing the changeup and the curveball well, and obviously like that last inning was running out of juice a little bit, but just try to stay on the process and give our guys the best shot. Man, overall happy with where the stuff was today.
What about the defensive play at the end?
I mean, if that play is not on Sports Center, I mean somebody's in trouble. That's one of the greatest catches I've ever seen, and to to end the game with an explanation point like that, man, it's, I don't know. I owe him big time. That was huge.
Logan, from your perspective, can you describe that play?
I was just thinking I got to get the ball, and I don't even know what happened. I kind of blacked out, and I ended up with it, so I kind of went crazy.
Did you make it feel like, did you make anything like that last year?
No, that was probably the best play of my life.
Logan, when Cincinnati came back and they scored those 5 runs in the 7th, then you guys come back and respond. Kind of, how did you see your team kind of handle that adversity, being down and coming back and winning like that?
I mean, it was great. It started with Bame. Bame got us going, and then just the energy was up. Crotch got us going. We wanted Crotch's back, wanted to give him a lead, and then once one of us went, we all went, and it was just great to see and great to be a part of.
We probably asked you this two or 3 weeks ago, but how have you just felt settling in at in a new program and just kind of the offensive season that you're having?
Yeah, just the more we go, the better I feel, the more comfortable I feel, the more like me and Goot connect, and me and Hester, it's all working out, and I'm just ready to keep it going and see how the end of the season looks.
A couple of big hits that you had today, the home run and then the double that put you all ahead. What pitches did you get there, and how'd you handle them?
It was just all sliders, and it's kind of what I've been getting, so I've been just hitting off the machine, just slider, and then I got the one I wanted, and I was able to hit it hard and do what I wanted, and it worked out in the end.
For both of you guys, what do you think needs to happen to kind of sustain this and start picking up a couple wins, in bunches?
You got it.
I think just keep the energy. I think the energy is what gets us going and what ends it. It's sometimes if we fall flat, then it shows, but we just gotta keep our heads high and keep going, and then it'll end up like that every time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do about anything that's happened up until this point. Really the only thing that's in our control is just focus on, what we do well and trying to keep doing that, and the things that we're struggling with, just try to work on them every day. And there's a lot that we can't control that goes on, so it's really just focusing on us and, playing for the guy next to us. That's really the only thing we can do to turn this thing around.
Anything else? I was curious, watching the Rangers with Jacob DeGrom throwing last night, being a Stetson guy. I know obviously a lot of pro guys come back here in the offseason. You're across paths with him or with not Corey Kluber or any of those.
Yeah,
guys.
him and Logan Gilbert would be around, and they would throw pins and stuff, so we got to watch them work, and that was pretty cool to see, especially Logan Gilbert. He was around every day, and it's just a different type of mindset, and it's cool to learn from.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks,
guys.
guys. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.